Lydic talked about this last night on the plane. He said, it's not really something we're thinking about. He has 4 years. There's a lot of work to do. We've done a lot in these nearly first 100 days. And the American people love what this president is doing, particularly when it comes to efforts to secure the border.
When a president travels overseas, it's important for them to project strength and dignity, although an uninvited insect made that a little harder for President Trump.
Nobody expected Desi Lydic to step into Trump and Karoline Leavitt's territory with the precision of someone checking for loose screws. But whatever she found must have been unbelievable. How did the entire scene flip so fast? What triggered the avalanche? And why does it feel like the moment their plan fell apart happened before they even realized she was warming up? This takedown didn't just land. It left everyone scrambling for explanations.
I don't want to make that commitment on behalf of the physician, but it's certainly something we can look into and explore out of the effort of transparency, because unlike the previous White House, there is nothing to hide. You guys see this president working around the clock, literally 24/7.
And after the prime minister made Trump feel so comfortable, he thought it was only fair for him to return the favor by bringing her along to make her feel uncomfortable.
But the cherished alliance between the United States and Japan is one of the most remarkable relationships.
Desi Lydic launched into the chaos surrounding Trump and Karoline Leavitt with the kind of confidence that made everything around her look like a stage props crisis. The moment her commentary hit, the entire political scenery wobbled like someone bumped a table holding a fragile tower of overinflated egos.
But the true turning point was when Trump decided to run for president, and he was confident that New York City would back their hometown hero.
Don't forget, Hillary, she's not a New Yorker. I'm a real New Yorker, folks. You will never get more of a New Yorker if you want a president than you're getting with me.
In a split second, Trump's attempt at polished authority barely lasted enough for Desi to blink before it started unraveling like loose stitching on a costume that wasn't meant to survive a spotlight. Karoline tried to keep up, but her enthusiasm only amplified the comedic meltdown forming behind them.
There's never been anything like it. Born out of the ashes of a terrible war, our bond has grown over 8 decades.
Face. We all know that face. That is the look of a woman who's going to be talking about this ashes of war thing the second they get to the car. I'm not going to embarrass you in front of your friends, but we will talk about this.
Chaos followed Trump's every move like an unpaid intern with terrible timing, and Desi's breakdown of his decisions made each moment look like an overcooked reality show twist. Karoline jumped in with frantic attempts at reinforcement, but each addition somehow made the storyline wobblier.
So surely New York would back one of their own.
Hillary Clinton received nearly 79% of the vote here. Donald Trump, 18%.
18% in your home city? Only New York's worst enemies poll that low. The Boston Red Sox or King Kong or any New York City apartment on any TV show. Monica Geller, get the out of here with your huge open floor plan, okay?
Even the atmosphere surrounding their political presence felt like it shifted once Desi started pulling apart their theatrics. Trump's signature flair suddenly looked less like strength and more like a storm blowing through a stack of paperwork. Karoline's insistence on doubling down transformed into a comedic echo bouncing off walls that didn't support sound. Desi brought clarity wrapped in sarcasm, turning the entire duo into a chaotic exhibit missing its instruction manual. The deeper Desi pushed into their latest stunts, the more the whole situation resembled a runaway carnival underneath. Desi highlighted every twist with an energy that made the entire spectacle feel like a scripted comedy disguised as real-world leadership. She moved from one moment of political confusion to the next, exposing Trump's flair for turning ordinary tasks into major chaos events. What should have been straightforward decisions ballooned into theatrical productions with no rehearsals and even less structure. Karoline added her own dramatic flair by amplifying the nonsense with confidence levels that deserve their own lighting effects. Desi turned the duo's joint theatrics into a marathon of bewildering scenes decorated with glitzy clumsiness. Every attempt Trump made to project stability, the chaos only magnified the irregularities, almost like she was using glitter to patch a sinking ship. Desi pointed out each collision with the kind of timing that transformed confusion into gold. Her dissection of their public misfires took on the energy of a detective uncovering clues scattered across a room that had already experienced 3 separate explosions. Trump's bold decisions popped up like discarded props from a show that couldn't decide its genre. Karoline kept trying to shape the narrative into something fierce, but the details kept slipping away like confetti in a wind tunnel. Desi continued piling on the satire, making every moment feel larger, louder, and more theatrical.
Damn, girl, you got moves. What is this? Is he voguing? Shoe fly, sachet, away.
Nothing escaped her attention as she recapped Trump's attempts to assert control through announcements that somehow always sounded like he was rushing through instructions he didn't fully read. Each rollout turned into an accidental comedy event, complete with misplaced confidence and oversized reactions. Karoline added her intensity like a spotlight operator trapped in frantic overdrive. Desi mapped out the spectacle with a smooth stream of sarcasm that elevated every blunder into a premium entertainment moment. Trump's theatrics reached new heights as Desi the chaos together with sharp commentary, creating a highlight reel of spectacular misfires. As she rolled through their political antics, the entire duo took on the form of characters from a satirical series where logic was optional and drama was guaranteed. Trump strutted into each situation like a performer determined to rewrite the rules moments before breaking them again. Karoline trailed behind him with an almost cinematic determination to keep the production intact. Desi held the entire plot with firm comedic grip, turning each misstep into premium satire.
Again, Trump wasn't there to talk about Joe Biden. He was there to talk about America's proud military history. And that went great, too.
Recently, other countries celebrated the victory of World War I. France was celebrating, really. They were all celebrating. The only one that doesn't celebrate is the USA, and we're the ones that won the war. Without us, you'd all be speaking German right now. Maybe a little Japanese thrown in.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Why would we be speaking Japanese when they were on our side in World War I? Well, I think it's because he said World War I, but what he meant was like...
The deeper she dug, the more the storyline warped into an overblown epic of exaggerated confusion. Trump's every decision carried the weight of misplaced theatrics, as if he believed grand gestures were the key to controlling the narrative. Karoline followed with a fervor that showcased ambition bending into full-blown dramatic commitment. Desi peeled back their layers one by one, revealing the swirling cyclone of disorganization beneath the flashy surface. With every new moment she highlighted, Trump's dramatic flair seemed to intensify, transforming even mundane tasks into scenes worthy of a slow-motion replay. Karoline's reactions created an echoing effect that amplified the chaos into something spectacularly entertaining. How quickly stability dissolved into dramatic spectacle whenever he stepped into the spotlight. His signature confidence acted as fuel for each unpredictable twist. Karoline's relentless attempts to reinforce the theatrics added layers upon layers of stunning overcommitment. Desi's satire crafted a narrative that felt bigger and more dramatic with every passing moment.
Trump's accidental dance moves are way more impressive than his intentional ones. Very weird. Anyway, I do understand why he was so frantic. That mosquito was also asking Trump about Jeffrey Epstein. Now, to be clear, Trump was not just wasting time playing golf. He was also wasting time profiting off golf.
The president capping off his trip by officially opening his latest golf course today in Scotland.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Just a reminder. reminder, this man is still the President of the United States.
Momentum surged as she unraveled Trump's grand plans, exposing how each attempt at structure dissolved into a spectacular swirl of mixed signals and chaotic execution. Karoline watched the unraveling with unwavering conviction, adding her own commentary that intensified the spectacle. Desi captured everything with precision, layering her comedic observations until the entire scene felt like a masterclass in theatrical collapse. The duo's dramatic presence practically begged for a spotlight they could not control. Every detail Desi revealed showed Trump's determination to turn political navigation into a full-blown performance art piece. His choices glimmered with unpredictability, turning even basic responsibilities into high-stakes drama. Principle as juggling flaming torches blindfolded, bold, fiery, and guaranteed chaos at least 3 times an hour. Karoline's determination to keep everything polished contrasted hilariously with the unstoppable avalanche unfolding around them. Desi framed each moment with wit sharp enough to slice through the dramatic fog swirling around their decisions.
But what got the most attention wasn't what Donald Trump said, but how much the troops enjoyed it.
President Trump's rally-style speech yesterday at Fort Bragg in North Carolina. He had active duty troops booing the media, booing his political opponents.
You think this crowd would have showed up for Biden? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. And the fake news, ladies and gentlemen, look at them. Look at them all. Oh, yeah, what I have to put up with. Fake news. What I have to put up with. In Los Angeles, the governor of California, the mayor of Los Angeles.
Oh, those boos are very upsetting.
By the time Desi reached the latest chapter of their antics, Trump's theatrics had escalated into a full symphony of unpredictable crescendos and abrupt descents. His attempts at control delivered the kind of comedic tension that begged for popcorn. Karoline poured herself into maintaining the illusion of composure, creating a roller coaster of over-the-top reactions that only made everything more dramatic. Desi narrated the unfolding chaos through pure satire, steering each moment into the lane of explosive comedy. Each highlight she delivered added more speed to the momentum, showcasing Trump's spiraling ability to transform any situation into a cinematic event worthy of intense soundtrack. Karoline's role continued to expand, her expressions and confidence giving the disarray a vivid glow. Desi elevated their energy into something gleefully chaotic, shaping their decisions into a storyline bursting with unintentional humor. Desi connected every exaggerated shift with a roast so smooth it made the entire narrative feel both enormous and delicate, like a parade float wobbling in heavy wind.
I saw that Kamala Harris issued her medical records. Congratulations. Donald Trump's health is on display for the entire country every hour of every day. He has more stamina and mental acumen and strength than any political figure probably in the history of the country that I can remember.
I don't know, maybe no-riz Harry Potter over here has a point. Trump doesn't need to release his medical records because his health is on full display every day. So let's see him whip out that mental acumen and wag it all around this weekend.
Also, we have many Azerasians in our room.
Azerasians? I can't believe Trump is inventing new races. He doesn't even like the old one.
Desi closed in on their latest blunder, unveiling Trump's tendency to escalate tension with the speed of someone fast-forwarding through their own plotline. Karoline contributed intense bursts of commentary that swirled into the mix like glitter launched from a confetti cannon. Desi stitched the entire sequence together with razor-sharp humor, turning each fragment of chaos into something intensely entertaining. Nothing about the spectacle slowed as Desi continued pushing further into the theatrics surrounding Trump's approach. He threw himself into dramatic decisions like a performer diving headfirst into an unfinished script. Karoline's confidence remained unshaken, even when the storyline began folding into itself. Karoline's attempts at maintaining order added even more comedic flair, creating a mesmerizing mess of ambition and chaos. Desi wrapped it all with an unbroken stream of sharp humor that left the entire spectacle shimmering with exaggerated brilliance, ready for the next chapter of unpredictable drama.
Just think about what happened here. America voted this guy out in 2020. And what has he done since then? He tried to overthrow the government. He was convicted of 34 felonies. He spent an entire campaign promising vengeance against his enemies. And if you're wondering who, after all of that, would want to back him up, well, buckle up. It's a long list.
The former president winning with a coalition driven by white voters, men, and first-time voters.
Young men in union households.
Those older voters.
Voters age 45 to 64.
Those younger than the age of 30.
Black men, Latino men, suburban women, Arab Americans, and white men.
So, all of America.
Desi kept the momentum alive by plunging straight into another layer of Trump's dramatic whirlwind, exposing how even the simplest moment evolved into a full-scale spectacle the second he touched it. His entrances carried the intensity of someone expecting fireworks to greet every step, and somehow the explosions always arrived, whether intended or not. Karoline flanked the chaos with unwavering determination, matching the energy with a relentless drive that made each scene feel like a tightly wound fuse waiting for its spark. Desi leaned into the madness, turning each spiraling twist into pure comedic overload. What came next looked like a brand new chapter of unpredictable theatrics as Trump charged into another decision with enough momentum to tip over every piece of stability in sight. The more he tried to regain command, the more the spotlight revealed yet another layer of swirling contradictions. Karoline jumped into the mix with bold enthusiasm, adding a fresh dose of dramatic intensity that fanned the flames rather than smoothing anything out. Desi walked through the unfolding mess with flawless precision, turning every misalignment into a moment of golden humor. Even as Trump pushed forward with unstoppable flair, the momentum of his own theatrics seemed to trip him up, sending each attempt at structure collapsing into beautifully exaggerated chaos. Karoline, committed to keeping up, moved with quick bursts of determination that only highlighted how rapidly everything spun out of control. By the time Desi closed this round, Trump's signature energy had inflated beyond containment, swirling into an uncontrollable storm of dramatic missteps.